is the next look for Cerence AI, which makes AI-powered user interfaces for the world's leading automakers. The company was spun out of the old Nuance Communications back in 2019, and its stock caught fire in the early years of the pandemic. Like other AI plays, came right back down in 2022. Around this time last year, Cerence was far too small for me to talk about on air. Then last October, the company brought in a new CEO, Brian Krzanich, best known as the former CEO of Intel. And earlier this year, its stock soared when we learned that Cerence would be working with NVIDIA on its AI models for automobiles. Which brings me to last Wednesday, when Cerence reported a very good set of numbers, even if the guidance was, some people thought, more mixed. That breathed some new life into the stock. So what's next? Let's check in with Brian Krzanich, the president and CEO of Cerence AI, to find out his long-term plan. Mr. Krzanich, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thanks, Jim. It's good to be here with you.
Okay, so Brian, what's been the primary focus for the last 10 months? Because I know you've rebranded the company, but I wanted to figure out, with the rebranding, what has changed at Cerence?
Well, a lot has changed, Jim. I mean, as you can see, the financial performance has really improved, right? We hit it out of the park on almost every single parameter in the third quarter. And I'm really proud of what the organization has done. But what's also changed is AI everywhere. In every one of our products, artificial intelligence and really large language models are the key to the performance. And there are many large language models that are internal to Cerence that actually help differentiate our products to the end consumer. And everything we do now has large language models and AI built into it. We're writing code with AI. We're doing quality assurance with AI. We're doing language improvements with AI because we're in every country. So I use AI every single day of my job.
Now, I know when I was fooling around with your website, I was in a car, basically, with two other people, with heavy accents, admittedly. And one thing was absolutely clear. Unlike, say, Siri or Alexa, you could interrupt. You could interrupt and ask a question, and it was unfazed and went back and forth as if it's a conversation. Is that some of what the AI is at Cerence?
Yeah, that's really about agentic, right? It's a partner. It listens and talks to you just like you and I would talk, right? You can interrupt me. My train of thought keeps going. There could be two people talking in the room at the same time, 3 people, 4 people, and we can keep those conversations separate. And AI is getting to that same point. It has that ability, and it really empowers you in the vehicle.
Is that why, for instance, that Mercedes is a new partner? Because I felt that that's a pretty hard partner to beat, frankly.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few things that differentiate us in this industry. One, strong automotive experience. There's thousands of instructions that are unique to automotive that you have to have the artificial intelligence and the models and the history of the data sets to really run the car, right? Open the windows, close the doors, all of those kinds of things. But then the strong technology and the artificial intelligence roadmap, we showed them that we're on an annual cadence of bringing in new technologies and new capabilities, things like measuring your emotions, using the cameras in the car to read street signs and billboards. As you're driving down, you pass a billboard, you could ask the car, hey, what was that billboard that I just passed? The car will have read it. That whole roadmap is what they bought.
Yeah, I saw that. I was surprised. I mean, you could say, you dial that number. What was that number on the billboard? And it was incredible because it makes it so that if you catch them in their eye, you can focus on driving, but you can ask questions without turning around, without looking around. So it's got safety as the chief component.
It does, and it's like having another partner in the vehicle, right? That's really where we're headed. It's a partner in the vehicle helping you drive, asking, do you want me to call that restaurant for reservations? Do you want to, navigate to your work today? Because I noticed it's in the morning. And hey, if you ask it what that billboard read, it will give you that information.
Now, you went to CDK after Intel, which was a huge win for shareholders. I mean, what's the long-term goal here for Cerence AI?
Well, to me, the long-term goal was, I kind of had a multi-year goal in coming here. First was get it financially stable and really get it back to the growth. I think we're there. The last quarter really represented that. The next thing is build a multi-year technology roadmap that brings agentic nature to the vehicle. And third is to start looking for areas outside. You saw, we also announced, for example, our partnership with LG for their TVs, right? We brought our voice technology and our large language models to the television with LG. You can now just hold up your remote and say, hey, tell me all the movies with Tom Cruise in it that I can watch right now, or whoever you want to talk about, right? You could ask it questions about a movie you're watching. We were bringing that technology to other devices.
Yeah, I love that. Hey, but let me ask you while I've got you. I'm sure you know Lip Bhutan. Everyone in the industry knows Lip Bhutan. He's been a chief sponsor of semis when everyone else was doing enterprise software. He knew to stay with semis. Very few didn't. Tough that he's being called on the carpet by the president. I remember in 2022 when he got the Noyce Award. He's probably the most distinguished person in semis, and it seemed odd to me that he got called out as perhaps not a patriot. I don't know where you come down on it, but I think you probably know him. He's a pretty distinguished guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all, like you said, known Lip-Bu for years, and I think from a technology and leadership position, he's unquestionably a strong, leader who can really, take a company. Cadence was a good example of what he was able to accomplish there. So yeah, I have great faith in Lip-Bu.
All right, that's terrific. Anyway, I have great faith in you because that CDK, which you told me would be a home run, and I was like, but it sure was. And this one is clearly a great turnaround. Brian Krzanich, President and CEO of Cerence AI. Brian, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, Jim.
Coming up, Cramer takes your calls, and the sky's the limit. It's a fast-fire lightning round. Next. Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.